Adam here, and welcome to another episode of I Heard That Movie Sucks, the review where we take a second look at a movie that you probably haven't seen because, well, you heard from someone that it sucks. Well, today, I have dropped everything to get this DVD review out as soon as possible because I have been waiting ever since I stepped out of the theater for this movie to hit Blu-ray and DVD. To be fair, there's a bunch of movies that I can't wait to hit Blu-ray and DVD that I saw this summer in theaters. Now, I also know that there are a lot of people that just haven't gone to the movies recently, and so there's a good chance that you haven't seen this one yet. So this one's primed for the picking. And what movie has me so hyped? Well, as a nerd, I'm a huge fan of many sci-fi and fantasy movies and TV series and stuff, if you haven't already figured that out. But none quite as much as Star Trek. So without further ado, I give you J.J. Abrams' new addition to the Star Trek franchise, Star Trek Into Darkness. We start right off on an M-class planet named Nibiru. What's an M-class planet, you ask? For those of you who haven't watched Star Trek, I'll be brief. In Star Trek, they have this letter classification system for categorizing planets. An M-class planet is like Earth. It's a nitrogen-oxygen-based atmosphere, perfect for humans.
Whatever. It's too early for me to say that, but whatever. Anyway, we see a man running from a big unruly mob until he encounters a big creature thing.
Damn it, man! That was our ride! You just stunned our ride!
Enter Captain James T. Kirk and Chief Medical Officer Leonard McCoy. And we're off and running! And why are Kirk and McCoy running around on a planet with red bamboo?
Kirk to Shuttle 1! Locals are out of the kill zone! You're clear! Repeat! Spock, get in there! Neutralize the volcano! Let's get out of here!
So they're going to stop a volcano from erupting and nuking this species? Why? Doesn't that go against the Prime Directive?
What's the Prime Directive, you might ask? Well...
Prime Directive clearly states there can be no interference with the internal development of alien civilization.
I know what it says!
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think stopping the natural extinction of a species is a huge violation of the directive. I mean, you're changing the natural progression of this planet in a big way. But whatever. Anyway, so Sulu flies a shuttle into position to drop Spock into the volcano.
We have to do this now! I told the captain the shuttle wasn't built for this kind of heat!
So wait, what you're telling me is that this shuttle that is literally from 2,500 years in our future, made with super strong materials and science, which can somehow survive the heat of re-entry through a planet's atmosphere, can't survive the heat from a volcano. Huh.
Really?
Well, hold on, let's not get bogged down in reality right now. I mean, this is Star Trek, for crying out loud. What am I thinking?
So they do the drop, but Spock's line breaks.
Oh no!
Spock, are you okay?
I am, surprisingly, alive.
Surprisingly?
Wait, what? How is that surprising?
You're the most popular Star Trek character ever! And one of the two main characters. There's no f***ing way they're gonna kill you off 4 minutes into the movie. So Uhura wants to go after him, but the shuttle is too badly damaged.
Captain, I'm ditching the shuttle. You gotta make it to the Enterprise on your own.
Wonderful!
Uhura, you ready to swim?
What? Swim? Why? Is that space talk for something? Whatever. Back with Kirk and McCoy, they're still running. Right off a cliff into the ocean. But this is all part of the plan, you see? They jumped into the ocean to get to the Enterprise, which is submerged...
What? Huh?
What the f*** am I looking at?
Is that the Enterprise parked in the ocean? It is! Why? Why? 1,000 times, why?
What is that doing at the bottom of the ocean? Why?
Sorry about that. Kind of lost control there for a second. Better now.
So to reiterate, the Starship Enterprise is parked under the ocean. Why? Is there something wrong with it? Did it crash? Maybe the transporters aren't working and the only way to get on or off the ship is through the airlocks. That sounds plausible, right? No, it doesn't. This is so stupid that even the movie is aware of how moronic this is.
Do you have any idea how ridiculous it is to hide a starship on the bottom of the ocean?
Spock is still in the volcano at this point, and evidently the transporters are working, but for some reason, they can't get a lock on Spock. So the other alternative is to fly the Enterprise over the volcano to get a direct line of sight for transport. But this would mean the natives would see the ship. At this point, Spock says not to do it because revealing the ship to the natives would violate the Prime Directive. Which doesn't make any sense because everything they've been doing up to this point is a direct violation of the directive. Spock tells them to leave him and accepts death. This scene, of course, holds no dramatic tension whatsoever because, again, we're only a few minutes into the movie. They're not going to kill off Spock before the opening title. And obviously, Kirk doesn't listen and saves Spock's ass anyway. Back on Earth, Mickey from the BBC's Doctor Who visits his sick daughter in the hospital. He is then approached by the BBC's Sherlock Holmes. He's a man of mystery, and we have no idea who he is. More on him later. Meanwhile, at Starfleet headquarters...
Yeah, tell me more about this volcano. Data says it was highly volatile. If it were to erupt, it would wipe out the planet.
Let's hope it doesn't, sir.
Something tells me it won't. Or maybe it didn't erupt because Mr. Spock detonated a cold fusion device inside it right after a civilization that's barely invented the wheel happened to see a starship rising out of their ocean.
Admiral,
You filed a report?
I incorrectly assumed that you would be truthful in your captain's log.
So that whole stunt Kirk pulled was a violation of the Prime Directive and just overall really stupid.
You were supposed to survey a planet, not alter its destiny. You violated a dozen Starfleet regulations and almost got everyone under your command killed.
Why would they give this nut a starship? Back in London, Holmes draws some of his blood and then sends it to Mickey, who then adds it to his daughter's IV. From there, Mickey forgets he's in a Star Trek movie and dresses like a Death Star officer from Star Wars. From there, he goes somewhere, sends a transmission, and then... blows that somewhere up. Back on the other side of the planet, Kirk is trying to drown his demotion sorrows when Pike shows up.
They gave her back to me, the Enterprise. Spock's not going to be working with me. It's been transferred. USS Bradbury. You're going to be my first officer.
Pike gets an emergency call, and a meeting is called by Admiral Murphy Marcus, formerly of the Detroit Police Department.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Target was a Starfleet data archive. Now it's a damned hole in the ground. 42 men and women are dead. By this man, Commander John Harrison. He's one of our own, and he is the man responsible for this act of savagery. You here tonight represent the senior command of all the vessels in the region, and in the name of those we lost, you will run this bastard down.
Why the archive? All that information is public record. This could just be the beginning.
Beginning of what, Mr. Kirk?
Sir, in the event of an attack, protocol mandates that senior command gather captains and first officers at Starfleet HQ right here in this room.
It is curious.
That's it!
Kirk figures it all out a bit too late. At this point, the room is attacked by Holmes in a small ship. Kirk eventually causes the ship to crash after using a tactic that he learned from Bugs Bunny. Holmes transports out halfway across the quadrant to Kronos, the Klingon homeworld. Why Kronos? I don't know. And no reason is ever given to explain why he would go there. It's funny that that little ship had a better transporter than the freaking Enterprise. This dinky little ship can transport you across light years, but the Enterprise can't transport you just down the block. But whatever. Captain Pike doesn't make it. The next morning, Scotty's able to figure out the coordinates that Holmes transported to. Kirk then goes to Admiral Robocop.
I request my command be reinstated and your permission to go after him. Starfleet can't go after him, but I can.
Because you're not Starfleet? How does that work? Did I miss something here? Is Kirk not in Starfleet?
Since we first learned of their existence, the Klingon Empire has conquered and occupied 2 planets that we know of, fired on our ships half a dozen times.
I don't know why I'm expositing this to you, Kirk. After all, what I'm saying is complete common knowledge.
London was not an archive. It was a top-secret branch of Starfleet designated Section 31.
You know what? I may have missed a couple, and I'm not going back to fix it, but you're going to start seeing these reference pop-ups whenever they reference anything from the original Star Trek universe. And just to let you in on the reference, Section 31 is the off-the-books Black Ops division of Starfleet. Just so you know.
Part of our defensive strategy, 31 developed a new photon torpedo. Long-range and untraceable, it would be invisible to Klingon sensors. You park on the edge of the neutral zone, you lock on to Harrison's position, you fire, you kill him, and you haul ass.
Permission to reinstate Mr. Spock as my first officer.
Before leaving, a cute new science officer is assigned to the Enterprise. Moving on from there, aboard the Enterprise, Kirk suddenly fires Scotty.
Really?
Do you know what this is?
It's a warp core.
It's a radioactive catastrophe waiting to happen. A subtle shift in magnetic output from, say, firing one or more of 6 dozen torpedoes with an unknown payload could set off a chain reaction which would kill every living thing on this ship. Do you accept my resignation or not?
I do!
And in a way too noticeable manner in terms of story, Scotty quits. I say it's way too noticeable because it's very peculiar that they'd be splitting up the main cast like this. For a franchise about a crew that live and work together on a spaceship in space, it's really weird that they would just kick one of those main characters off the ship. But whatever, it's probably nothing. Kirk then makes Chekhov the new chief engineer.
You're my new chief. Go put on the red shirt.
Look at the look of 1,000 stares on his face. He's wondering what the hell he could have done to warrant being told to wear a red shirt. On the way to Kronos, Detective Spock calls the new science officer out on her bullshit transfer orders.
There is no record of you being assigned to the Enterprise.
Relieved that must be some sort of mistake.
My conclusion as well, Dr. Marcus.
Project Genesis, a proposal to the Federation.
Carol Marcus. Yes.
I can only assume the Admiral is your father.
He cannot know that I'm...
What the hell just happened?
Engineering manually dropped us out of warp, sir.
Mr. Chekhov, did you break my ship?
Sorry, sir, I don't know what happened. The core overheated. I had to activate emergency stop. It must be a coolant leak. I need time to find it.
While Chekhov tries to fix the core, Kirk leaves Sulu in charge of the ship while he, Spock, and Uhura go to arrest Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, so they decided it wasn't cool to just nuke his ass without a trial, so they're going after him.
And how are they gonna get there?
Acting Captain Sulu to Shuttle Bay 2. Please have the trade ship we confiscated during the mud incident last month fueled and flight ready.
Welcome aboard, Kirk.
Harry Mudd.
Well, to be absolutely accurate, Laddybuck, you should refer to me as Mudd the First.
So they take Mudd's ship and...
No way!
What the f***? Is that supposed to be Praxis?
It's gotta be! I mean, why? You probably don't know what Praxis is, do you?
It's Praxis, sir. It's a Klingon moon.
Praxis is their key energy production facility.
I've confirmed the location of Praxis, but...
What is it?
I cannot confirm the existence of Praxis.
On screen. Praxis.
What's left of it, sir.
But that doesn't happen for another 20 or 30 years. What the f***? But whatever. While on approach, they're attacked by Klingons.
Big surprise.
Actually, the bigger surprise here, and the bigger question really, is why aren't the Klingons cloaked? I mean, seriously. They're known for their cloaking devices, so why are these ships just flying around uncloaked?
All right, there, we can lose them there.
You're suggesting that we utilize the passage between the approaching structures. This ship will not fit.
We'll fit.
Captain, we will not fit.
We'll fit! We'll fit!
Oh, they're closing up on us. Is that closing?
Shut up! Shut up!
Let's go faster. Must go faster. Must go faster. Go, 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 go!
Elvis has left the building! I told you we'd fit.
I am not sure that qualifies.
Uhura comes up with a plan to get him out of this situation, and it is by far the dumbest plan ever.
You brought me here because I speak Klingon. Then let me speak Klingon.
Her brilliant plan is to let her, a female, go talk to the people from a male-dominated, bloodthirsty warrior society.
Oh yeah, this'll work.
Wait, who are these guys? I thought they were on the Klingon homeworld. Why are they wearing masks? Klingons have never worn masks ever in Star Trek.
Ever.
So why are they wearing masks now? And why do the masks look like a mix between Darth Vader helmet and a Cylon?
At your command.
And...
What the f*** is that?
Why is King Xerxes on the Klingon homeworld? At the same time, Mr. Holmes shows up with a cannon strapped to his arm. A full-size cannon. Kirk springs into action right before the Klingons kill his idiot comm officer. Holmes also appears as a ninja and makes quick work of the Persians.
The torpedoes, the weapons you threatened me with in your message, how many are there?
72.
I surrender.
Huh? Really? Well, that was easy. So they throw him in the brig. Bones then draws some of his blood for some reason.
Why aren't we moving, Captain? An unexpected malfunction, perhaps in your warp core, conveniently stranding you on the edge of Klingon space.
Ooh, he's good.
How the hell do you know that? I think you'd find my insight valuable, Captain. 23174611, coordinates not far from Earth. If you want to know why I did what I did, go and take a look.
Give me one reason why I should listen to you.
I can give you 72, and they're on board your ship. I suggest you open one up.
Which he does, but not before calling Scotty, apologizing, and asking him to check out those coordinates near Earth for him.
You may have been right about those torpedoes.
I will consider that an apology, and I will consider that apology.
Gee, it sure was lucky that Scotty quit and stayed behind, wasn't it?
So McCoy and Carol take a torpedo down to an uninhabited planetoid to disarm it.
Cut the 23rd wired down. Whatever you do, do not touch anything else. Do you understand?
Right. It takes a steady hand, because if you touch the side...
Sir, the torpedo just armed itself.
Target their signal, beam them back right now.
Transporter cannot differentiate between Dr. McCoy and the torpedo.
Mother transporters suck, man. You're telling me that the transporters can't tell the difference between a human that's made out of flesh and bone and a torpedo made out of metal.